It's good to see you, my friend. Where are you, Gerald?
I'm at my hometown in Regan, in Upper Austria, that is.
How's the preparations going for you? It's getting close.
Yeah. We are quite relaxed and lazy with the preparations, but we'll manage, I think.
Good. Yeah, it's an unusual Gordon Bennett this year, change of location. What do you know about touring? You know much about it?
No, I didn't read much about it. The change of location, yes, the organizers had to move, so we just go with them.
Yes.
Different is that the long pause is a little different, or makes it different for me.
Yeah, very cool and relaxed about it, Gerald, at the moment. How many is this for you now? How many Gordon Bennetts for you?
Yeah, in the application I had to count again, so maybe 22, 23, thereabouts. Yeah,
that's incredible. And has it been every year, or have you missed some, or has it been all together?
I missed the one that started from Brussels, but it didn't start. So I didn't miss the flight. I missed the event, but I didn't miss the flight. Right. Tongue in cheek. So, and one was in Paris, but that was also cancelled. But we were there, prepared, nearly inflated the balloons, but that was cancelled due to weather. I can't recall the dates right now.
For me, I've never, obviously, I've not been around in gas ballooning that long, so I've not seen a cancelled event yet. I've not really given much thought to the possibility.
Yeah, better not.
Yeah,
let's pray.
So, to have. Tell us a bit about your team this year. Who are you with?
Yeah, I'm flying again with the two last years, or last pilot I was flying with, Wolfgang Spät, or Dougie as he's called. He's a young and eager pilot, and he enjoys flying the gas balloon. He also flies the gyrocopter, and of course hot air balloons.
Nice. And, have you made any changes since France, since Montpellier?
I try to fly my new balloon. That's one of the new changes. I got a new balloon, and yeah, that should be a nice equipment to fly with.
What is it, Gerald? What have you got?
A Werner gas balloon.
Yes.
Parachute. So the modern standard of ballooning, I think. And the old one, or the other one that I had, I think since 2003 or so, that was getting old, and so we had to replace it.
Right. What will happen to that one now? Will somebody still use it? Will it still fly?
No, I think it's beyond there's a age limit also on the material, and there's a break-even point, or a point where you should not fix it any further, so should rest it or deregister it, whatever. Put it into the bag.
And
make something fun.
Make something fun with it, yeah. With your new one, have you had many flights so far?
No, not yet. Not yet. No.
Not one?
No, not one. We plan to, but it's with the weather, it gets probably quite close to the event if we fly.
Yeah. All right, sounds good, my friend. Tell me about your Gordon Bennett. I mean, 22. That's a lot. Which one springs to mind as being what's the one you always think of? Which race do you always think of as being top of your mind?
Yes, two I have in mind. One launching from Great Britain.
Yeah.
And flying over the North Sea. And of always flying over the sea was quite a different kind of race, or different psychological thinking. Wow, flying over water and we cannot land, but it turned out quite nice. This one we flew over, hit the Norway coast, and then Sweden and Finland. And flying into Finland, the weather was still flyable and nice, and we had some sand or ballast as reserve, and we had to land because of the Russian border. So that was a limit by geography, which is good for the Gordon Bennett idea to fly as far as you're allowed to, but we were tempted to fly into Russia, but wouldn't have helped for the race and would have made more complications. So tongue-in-cheek, okay. But we had a nice land, Finland, close to the Russian border. That was one of the longer flights and newer flights for me, because it had this new challenge of flying over the sea for quite a long time.
Yeah, it takes it's a lot of respect, eh, to put yourself in that situation. You know, there's not many sports where you have to put yourself in that kind of, you know, potential peril. With the God, sorry.
Another flight, maybe I can talk about. This was the flight to North Africa.
Yeah.
We were flying out of Genève, yeah, and heading south through the Rhone Valley, Marseille, and we all clear for fly as far south as you can, and then you will turn from our flight direction right. So geographically, geographically west to hit for you west to Spain. That was the plan, and we were too fast, or the winds were too fast that we were riding, and so we were quite blown out to the sea, and we missed Mallorca and Mallorca. These were hopeful islands for us probably to land, but we missed those, and it was 3 balloons of us that flew then over the first crossing over the Mediterranean Sea.
Wow.
And luckily landed in Algeria, sorry, near Algeria. Yeah. So we were the first 3 balloons to cross the Mediterranean Sea.
Did you have any political comeback from landing there? Was there any problems, or was it all okay?
It was not prepared, and the race organizers probably were scratching their head a lot. And but all the embassies, the Austrian embassies, and probably the other nations' embassies as well. There was a Finnish team and a Belgium team, as I recall, hopefully right. They were helping us a lot. But for us, it was only, we knew about this when we regained contact. We had satellites telephone with us, but this did not work over the sea at that altitude. I didn't know why. It was quite astonishing, but they helped a lot in the back office and all that. And so they called us like some miles out of the coast and prepared us how to behave when being detained or landed. It was good that we were detained by the police. That was the better option, I heard. And we had some day stand there and then wait until we could. And getting the equipment out was another story, but finally we got our balloon out. So
that's incredible. Yes. Being coached how to behave when detained. That's like spy novel things, isn't it? It's like James Bond stuff.
Maybe, yeah. No, but it's good that we were briefed. So they said if the police comes for you, then hand them the passports and then go with them, and then do not try. I mean, and how to know who is the police? But there are other people also in this country there, and they would have maybe kidnapped us. But I'm not thinking of the bad options. I always think of the optimistic one, and we were lucky, maybe as well.
Wow, it's really, really incredible. There's not many sports you can put yourself in these situations, really, is there? You know, certainly nothing in the Olympics right now which could put yourself in this situation.
We have other challenges, yes.
Are you? What about the rules of Gordon Bennett, Gerald? Are you happy with how everything goes? Is there anything you think of which you would like to see any different, or how do you feel?
I mean, they are developed over a lot of years, and I participated some years also in the committee that thinks of the changes of these rules and finds out what happened and what we need as community try to avoid in future races. And so they are quite developed, I would say, and I take them as they are for this race, and we play by the rules. So nothing I would add or want to subtract from that. It's a good process, I think. A slow process, but a good process to keep it updated.
And who have you got on the team on the ground this year? Chase Grew and Meteor. Who's with your team?
My brother Martin is supporting me all over those years, and a good friend from Salzburg, Michael. He will also be with us. He will come a little bit later. And from Wolfgang Spät, we will have a driver or a chase guy. So quite a small team for this year, but that's our system and we like it.
Good. Well, I'm very excited. I can't wait. Just got confirmation that I'm going to be there again this year in Poland. So it's exciting times. When do you start your journey, Gerald?
Usually Wednesday, so that we arrive on Thursday. It's one day before the start, or maybe one day earlier. It depends also how we can plan the drive. It's about 1,000 something kilometers from here, and yeah.
All set. Good stuff. Well, it's been great to catch up with you, my friend. It looks like a beautiful afternoon there, wherever you are in Austria. And,
Austria.
I will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Take care, my friend. Thanks for joining us on Air Sports News. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Regan. Bye.